It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Browns and the Jets, next on Madden Football.
On a warm, late summer afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Cleveland Browns. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Jets coming into play.
You're right about that. It's a diverse unit, and they like to run their offense by what they call game plan, meaning each and every week they study the opponent, they probe its weaknesses, and they move the ball around that way. They emphasize who's going to get it based on what they think they'll accomplish in that game. Other teams, they're a system team. They're going to run what they run no matter what. I like this style of offense. It suits them well.
Started, and we are underway here on EA Sports. From his end zone, it's Corey Ballantyne. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And the Jets about set to go here on the offensive side for the first time, and leading him out, Charles, the number 2 overall pick in this April's draft. It's Zach Wilson out of BYU.
During the draft process, it was pretty clear early that Jacksonville was locked in on Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback at Clemson. That allowed the Jets to really peruse the rest of the quarterback crop, and they settled in on Zach Wilson from BYU. Loved his game, ability to throw from the pocket, the off-platform throws, getting outside of the pocket and making plays. He's their guy, and they expect him to be that guy for at least the next 10 years.
Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Coleman. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 45 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, down at the 31. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What do we call them, run fits? Everyone was in the right place.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Here's Wilson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Jets. Chris Herndon, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Extra point by Nagar is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. JoJo Natson now on the return. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. On first down, it's Coleman. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. On the ground, it's a handoff to Coleman. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they go to work on a first and goal. P-Ride. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. Coleman is into the end zone for a Jets touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop it.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Nagar now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And Tevin Coleman polished it off with a touchdown run. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. This is JoJo Natson. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And for the first time, here comes the Cleveland Browns offense quarterbacked by Baker Mayfield, fourth-year man from Oklahoma.
And while we can quibble a little bit about statistics, to me, Baker Mayfield's coming off his best season yet. 26 touchdown passes, cut way down on his turnovers, and led the Browns to a playoff victory for the first time since 1994. This young man continues to mature as both a passer and a leader.
On the move to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Mayfield now. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It's a pickup of 6.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Mayfield able to find Hunt out of the backfield. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. It's Hunt. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Let's go.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Now Mayfield. This is caught. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
Another catch for them there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. And again, it's Mayfield. And he's got his tight end. It's Hooper for the Browns touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Browns are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
I could hear their sigh of relief all the way up here, partner. Now, they absolutely had to have that one, and they got it. Maybe it'll provide a little bit of spark heading into the half.
And help out their defense because they've really held serve, so now we got a ball game.
No doubt about it. They are right back in it and have to feel a whole lot better about themselves.
Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. On the return, Corey Ballantyne. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Tevin Coleman and the rest of the offense making their way back out. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It was a very strong first half for our rookie quarterback. First things first, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Browns. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first two quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Jets, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both teams making their final adjustments for the second half to come. And to bring the action your way, we go back to MetLife Stadium and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. To return it, it's Nansen. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. Josh Malone, fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Jets come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. Two quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Nagar now for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it.
That's it, baby. That's it. That's it. Big hit.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Here's Mayfield. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield. Got a man. That's Rashard Higgins. And he is going to have a Browns first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Chubb running right. Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd down. Here's Chubb again. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And the Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The kick by Parkey is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
From his end zone, it's Corey Ballantyne. Ballantyne opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25. And the Jets set to take the field. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
They'll indeed run here right off the bat. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 3rd down, Wilson. Going deep now for Herndon. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's the Jets punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at the 20. Mayfield to throw it. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 29. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
And his maximum speed there, according to the next-gen stats, 21.9 miles per hour. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete.
After that incompletion, I almost get the sense that he's going to look up at the booth and kind of look at us and say, hey, you guys got any suggestions? It's been that kind of game, hasn't it? They've had him on the run throughout.
Yeah, and I get that you're trying to make a play here losing 4th quarter, but to throw when you're not set with pressure coming could have been an interception.
Very much so, and it's been that kind of game for him. They've had him on the run, had him off balance. He's got to find a way to make some big-time throws down the stretch.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he is going to have a Browns 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. And a 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every 3rd down like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. A give. This is Chubb. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And Parkey's kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position with all 3 timeouts. I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
They start on the ground with Pirine. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They will run again with Coleman. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Here's the Jets punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now Mayfield and the Browns. Down 21-13, less than 90 seconds to go. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. Finding Hunt. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Mayfield. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Kareem Hunt is running back, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Mayfield. Pass caught by Hooper. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Mayfield finding Hooper there for a Cleveland 1st. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the Jets have recovered. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And I think you'd have to label this an upset. Yes, they were at home, but still an upset. They got the job done.
Yeah, even being at home was not enough for people to think they were going to pull this one off. But give them credit for playing not just a smart football game, but one where they were going to be physical about the whole thing. They put up their fists and said, let's fight, and showed their crowd that they were into this one.
And then that's the thing, the crowd responded. They were really good in this game.
Yeah, they were not going to be pushed around. They were not going to be intimidated. They refused to back down and came away with a victory.